Hi everyone, this is Dhruv from FoneArena.com bringing you the video review of the Nokia Lumia 1320. First revealed at Nokia World in October, the phone capitalizes on the demand for a large screen device at an affordable price point. Like most other Nokia Lumia devices, there's a common design identity that is visible on the Lumia 1320. The front has a gigantic 6-inch display with relatively small bezels. Below the screen are 3 capacitive buttons. Over on the right side you get 3 buttons that correspond to the volume rocker, the power key and the camera button. All 3 provide very good feedback and are placed ideally to facilitate one-handed operation. Yes, the handset is large, but it is just about possible to navigate the Lumia 1320 using one hand. A 5-megapixel camera can be spotted over on the back with a single LED flash next to it. In the middle is subtle Nokia branding, while the speaker grill is at the bottom. 2 knobs flank the speaker grill so that sound isn't completely muffled when you place the handset down. The back of the phone is made of soft touch plastic with a matte finish. While this feels fantastic when held, it also feels very slippery. The 220 grams weight doesn't help the handset in this regard and makes it even more susceptible to slipping out of your hand. Overall, we feel that Nokia has played it safe with the design of the Lumia 1320. It doesn't particularly stand out from the rest of the Lumia series, yet it manages to look different enough from the crowd. The use of quality materials and the legendary build quality are evident and help the device stand out from its competition. The Lumia 1320 ships with Nokia's Lumia Black firmware pre-installed, which adds some additional capabilities on top of Windows Phone 8 Update 3. The latest release of Windows Phone adds an additional column of tiles. Users also get an option to close applications through the multitasking menu. Windows Phone-based devices have never really wanted for power. In fact, the fairly consistent experience across the board works in its favor. Users are guaranteed a base minimum performance benchmark of a fluid and lag-free interface. This is true for the Lumia 1320 as well. The phone is powered by a 1.7 GHz dual-core Snapdragon 400 processor paired with 1 GB of RAM. Real-life usage puts the device right in the middle of the Lumia 1020 and the 1520. The difference is, however, minimal at best. The Lumia 1320 manages to shave off a fraction of a second or so while launching apps and is generally a second or so slower than the Lumia 1520. Games too run absolutely smooth. The device is fast enough for all intents and purposes, and we doubt anyone will feel otherwise. What is clearly the USP of the device is its gargantuan display. The 6-inch 720p panel is what sets the Lumia 1320 apart from most of the competition, both within Nokia and externally. Is it any good? Yes and no. While far from the worst, it is not exactly a stunning display either. Black levels are quite disappointing and are mostly hues of grey. This is disappointing given the clear black moniker. Stretching 1280 by 720 pixels over 6 inches does take a heavy toll on pixel density as well, which comes in at 245 ppi. Text appears just a bit blurry, and colors aren't as vibrant as you'd want them to be. That said, it does fairly well in its own class of devices, and given the price point, it's not exactly justified to be so critical. Nokia has equipped the Lumia 1320 with a 5-megapixel camera module alongside an LED flash. The camera can shoot video in up to 1080p resolution. A 0.3 megapixel VGA front-facing camera is also present on the device, but we'd refrain from using that given the extremely low resolution. Despite the lowly resolution, the Lumia 1320 manages to hold its own with the Nokia camera application helping you get more out of the hardware. Images in brightly lit conditions are fairly noise-free, but automatic white balance selection isn't ideal. Noise levels are kept under control and dynamic range isn't completely lacking, as is often the case with cameras on mid-range phones. We did notice the oversaturated colors, but this can be toned down in the camera application. Overall, daylight photographs are above average. The real challenge, however, is in less than ideal lighting. Unfortunately, this is where the Lumia 1320 does suffer. The f2.4 aperture is hardly sufficient for flash-free low-light images. Since there is no image stabilization on board, low-light shots are often blurry and grainy. Getting a focus lock too proves to be rather hard. Nokia has been quite generous with the battery on the Lumia 1320 and has equipped it with a 3400 mAh cell. The battery is not removable despite the fact that you can remove the shell. The phone manages to last well over a day of active usage thanks to the low resolution and mid-range components. We managed to get about 12 hours of active usage with a healthy mix of social services, music playback, calls and a few photographs. Connectivity options include the standard Bluetooth 4.0 and Wi-Fi BGN protocols. Inbuilt storage on the phone is just 8 GB, but you can expand that via the microSD card slot, which is provided below the rear cover. The Lumia 1320 is a very good contender if you're in the market for a 6-inch device. Excellent build quality, decent battery life, and a sweet price point definitely stand out, but we are skeptical as to how many people actually want such a gargantuan device. There's no mincing words here that the Lumia 1320 is a massive device that will not fit most pockets. That said, if a large screen, reliable performance, and decent hardware is what you need, the Lumia 1320 priced at Rs 23,999 should make for an ideal purchase. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.